Yo, what's going on, guys? Cjeths here with the regular season wrap-up for the 2017-2018 NHL regular season. We're going to go over every single NHL team's players' statistics, see who boomed this year, who busted. Without further ado, we'll go right to here. Notifications on my phone that I don't give a fuck about. Anyways, I'm going to go through every single NHL team. And we're going to just take a look and see how their players did this year. See who did good this year, who didn't do good. This will be my first time going through every single player's stats. I did it at the halfway mark of the season, but I haven't done it since. So, without further ado, let's take a looker and see how everybody performed. Starting with the Anaheim Ducks. Jesus Christ, they had a lot of guys up and down. John Gibson, yeah, had a pretty good year. Ryan Miller, solid backup. Combined for 8 shutouts. Yeah, Patrick Eaves. That's the story right there. Poor fucking guy. I'm trying to look for names that stick out. Boschman had 17 points here. Damn. I didn't even think he was going to play that much, and because he did. Derek Grant, good for him. That's a bad year for Nick Ritchie. That's a terrible year. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh, snap. Guess what I saw? Where is he? Okay. Yeah, that's a terrible year for Nick Ritchie. Drafted 10th overall in 2014 and does worse this year than he did last year. Only by 1 point, granted, but still. Jesus Christ. They need this guy to do something. Former 10th overall pick, and he's only at 22. All right, well, he's not a bust yet, but that it's not very good. Hampus Lindholm, pretty good year. Montour, good year. Fowler, yeah, it's a good year for Fowler. Adam Henrique, he really cooled off after he exploded with the Ducks to start. 36 points in 57 games ain't no joke. Finishes the season with 50 points in 81 games, so it's not terrible, but definitely slowed down a little bit there. Josh Manson, he had a hell of a year, 37 points. Andre Kasha, 20 goals. Silverberg, 40 points. That's not very good at all. Corey Perry, 17 goals and 49 points. That's god-awful. This guy's making almost $9 million a year. He's making more than Cjeths. That's terrible. It's 2 bad years in a row. He couldn't even clip 20 goals. He's getting older, I guess, and the league's getting faster. He's not a very fast skater. All right, that's not that great. Ryan Getzlaf, point-per-game player. To no surprise. And Rick Rakitic, 34 goals. Led the Ducks in points. Good for Rickard Rakell. Let's see what we got here. So now we got the Arizona Coyotes. Clayton Keller had 65 points. That's a pretty damn good year. Derek Stepan, there you go, 56, the ex-Ranger. Max Domi put up 45. So he didn't fully come back, but he kind of came back. I mean, yeah, he came back. That was good. That was a solid year for him on a crappy team. OEL minus 28 and only 42 points. A bad year, but then again, not a great team. Dvorak, 37 points. Goligoski, 35 points. Pretty good for Goligoski standards. Fisher, 33. Perlini, 17 goals. That's pretty good for him. Kevin Connaughton, 11 goals. Who would have thought? That's a breakout year for Kevin. That's a great season for him. Let's see. Panik, not really that good. Yeah, not much going on here. Dylan Strome, I guess he did it right to close the season out, but for a third overall pick, well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's got time. Jarlson, obviously, he couldn't play the whole season. He got hurt pretty bad. Terrible year for Lawson Krause. Absolutely awful year. Former 11th overall pick. He played 72 games last year, and he played 11 this year. Just freaking terrible. And he put up shitty numbers in the minor leagues, too. Lawson Krause is a bust, all right? I don't see how he ever gets his act together. I just don't see it. I really don't. And that's really it. Antti Raanta had it. Actually, Antti Raanta, 93 save percentage and 2.24 goals against average. Pretty damn good for a losing team. And he technically had a winning record. That's actually pretty damn impressive. Good for Antti Raanta. Moving on now. I keep saying the Boston Bruins, obviously, the guy that everyone loves to hate, Brad Marchand. 17 points over point-per-game status. Jeez. He had a really good year. David Pastrnak, 35 goals, 80 points. I followed up a great year. Patrice Bergeron, nearly point per game. Great year. Torrey Krug, nearly 60 points. Great year. Pretty good. Pretty damn good. Great for Riley Nash. Who would have thought he would have had 41 points? Great year for him. David Backett, in terms of points per game, pretty good. Charlie McAvoy, phenomenal year. He's a beast. Char, pretty good. Schaller, he's all right. Yeah, you know what? Tim Schaller scored that nasty goal against the Rangers. So that's a pretty good year. Gianta and Nash. Yeah, Gianta's, I guess that was short felt. Like, first few games he went off. He hasn't really done much since. He's still pretty good, though. Ryan Donato, what a beast. What a beast. Nick Holden. Nick Holden had 5 points. Good for Holden, man. He's still good. He just has to find the right fit. And they only had 2 goalies all year. I wonder if they're the only team that did that. I'd be curious to see that. The Sabres, Jack Eichel nearly point per game. That's good for him. Ryan O'Reilly, 61 points despite saying he lost his love for the game. Ryan Hart, 25 goals, 50 points. That's actually pretty good. That's shit. Kyle Okposo's got to be better than that. Palmville, yeah, he's got to be better than that. I mean, Middlestad went off. That's really good for him. That's really all you can say. There's not really much to comment about with the Sabres. Yeah, that's rough. All right. Calgary Flames. Johnny Gaudreau had a great year. Sean Monahan, one of my favorites, if not my favorite player in the NHL. Another 30-goal, 60-point year. Matty Tkachuk, only 49 points, but he only played 68 games. Not terrible. 24 goals, pretty good. Decent. Yeah, it's a good year. It's a solid year. Furlan, great year for him. 21 goals, 41 points. Giordano, yeah, not that great, especially with the contract that he has right now. Sam Bennett, terrible year. I don't know how many more chances is this guy gonna get before they just ditch his ass. I mean, Jesus Christ, he can't get anything going. I know he's only 21 years old, but he just can't get anything. Fourth overall pick, right? 4th overall? Yeah, I don't know. I don't see him lasting in Calgary much longer. He's regressed. So, that's something to keep on top of. See where they trade him. Curtis Lazar, bust. I don't care that he's 22, 23 years old. He's a bust. Well, Spencer Fu actually closed out pretty well. 2 goals in 4 games. He was one of the more coveted college UFAs last year. Yeah, Tanner Glass. Then Mike Smith, I guess, didn't have a bad year. For what they gave up for him, you would expect a little bit better in terms of goals against and save percentage, but they didn't do that well anyways. Moving on to the Carolina Hurricanes. Sebastian Aho, almost 30 goals, a good year for him. Teravainen, 64 points, good year. Williams, as old as he is, good year. Jeff Skinner has a down year. In order for the Hurricanes to succeed, he's got to be scoring at least 30 goals and 60 points. Only 49 points, almost 30 goals, but Jordan Saul, that's a good year. Ideal center, ideal second or third line center on a cup-winning team. Lindholm, yeah, I don't know. I think he needs to do better. Former fifth overall pick. His best year is 45 points. This is his 5th year in the NHL, so he's got to get better. Great year for Derek Ryan. Hannafin, from what I've heard, had a great year. It's a down year for Victor Rask. Down year for Justin Falk. Big year for Brock McGinn. The way he had a breakout year. Down year for Stempniak. Big time. Valentin Zikov came in towards the end of the year. He did really well. It was fun watching him. I went to a bunch of Checkers games and I saw him. He's a beast. Absolute stud. The Crackhawks. Patty Kane had a pretty good year despite the Hawks not being that great. Johnny Taves, not that great. You'd expect at least 60 points out of him. Nick Schmaltz is a good year for the youngster. Alex DeBrincat, I mean, he proved everyone wrong. He led the Blackhawks in goals 1 and 2. He showed that his CHL years were no fluke. Brandon Saad, terrible year. If you look at it, this is the way you got to look at it. He scored 3 goals in the first game of the season, which means he scored, he scored 15 goals in 81 games. Just terrible. Especially considering Artemi Panarin was over point per game. So, I think that was a terrible year for Brandon Saad. Absolutely atrocious year. I mean, he's got to be better than that. He's got to be better than 18 goals and 35 points. I mean, Jesus Christ. Duncan Keith, yeah, for his age, it's pretty good. Anisimov, 20 goals, but only 31 points. That's pretty bad. Seabrook, honestly, it's a good year for him comparative to what he's done or what people say he's doing. Patrick Sharp, I don't know what else you could really ask from this guy. He's not that great anymore. Um, Duclair, not that great. 8 points in 23 games, not really what they could ask for a little bit more than that. That's really it. Jeff Glass, obviously, he was a pretty big story. Corey Crawford actually ended up doing all right. Moving on now, the Colorado Avalanche. Obviously, Nathan MacKinnon, A++++++ year. Almost had one off of 40 goals. Like, that sucks, man. Mikko Rantanen, point per game, his second year in the NHL, and he's already... Oh, fuck. And he's already point per game. What a tank. I happen to like Mikko Rantanen very much. I think he is a product of Nathan MacKinnon this year. His third year in the NHL. That's right, I'm shot. I think he's for sure a product of McKinnon's success this year, but he had 20 goals last year. The only thing that went up this year was really his assist totals. So Rantanen had a very good year. Landeskog, 62 points, great year. Tyson Barrie, almost 60 points, great year. Alexander Kerfoot is an awesome rookie year for him. Soderberg, great year. I mean, there were talks about him getting traded with a half salary retained just to get rid of his contract, and he comes back with a near 40-point season. Like, that's awesome. Blake Como, 34 points. The man's not aging. He doesn't want to. Nieto had a pretty good year. That's got to be a career for him. JT Compher, you expect a little bit more out of, but he's still young. I guess he's got a little bit of time, but he's getting there. Sven Andrighetto, not bad. Tyson Jost, yeah, it's a rookie year. He's young. That's pretty good. Gerard, pretty good. Zadorov, not bad. Colin Wilson, meh. Yakupov, I mean, I pull for the guy, but he's nothing. He's never gonna. If he couldn't do it with this team, with the way Nathan MacKinnon played, he's not gonna do it with any team. And that's just that. He's done. And then in nets, Varley had a pretty good year. So did Bernier. All right, moving on. The Blue Jackets. Artemi Panarin went, above and beyond. He had a phenomenal year, Artemi Panarin. Seth Jones, great year, almost 60 points. PLD, pretty good rookie year, 48 points, 20 goals. Cam Atkinson, that's a down year for him. You gotta expect 30 out of him, especially the way he got paid. Bjorkstrand broke out a little bit better this year than he did last year, pretty good. Zach Werenski, it's a down year offensively, but he's still a solid defenseman. Wenberg, it's a very, 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 very bad year from Wenberg, especially what he did last year. Foligno, paying him a lot more than what he's producing. Boone Jenner is not a 30-goal scorer. He used to be. Josh Anderson has a good year for him on the fourth line. They might move him up to the third line. I'm not sure. Calvert, not terrible. Milano, when is this kid really, really, really going to break out? 14 goals, not bad, but you got to expect more. Dubinsky, 16 points, 62 games. That's terrible. He's getting paid nearly $6 million a year. He's got to be better than that for the Blue Jackets. Vanek went off after the Blue Jackets scored him. 15 points in 19 games. That's awesome. Let's see what else we got here. Obviously, Bobrovsky, I don't see how he doesn't make a serious case for winning the Vezina again this year. Dallas Stars, Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin, 2 awesome years. Radulov, 2. They had 3 70-point scores, and they didn't make the playoffs. I want to know from the Sports Bureau somewhere, when was the last team that had 3 70-point scores and didn't make the playoffs? I would love to see that statistic. John Klingberg, almost 70 points. You could almost say 4 70-point scores. Could you imagine 4 70-goal scores? 4 70-point scores. Matthias Janmark, almost 20 goals. Pretty good, I guess. You can see there's a major drop-off from Klingberg down to Janmark. And then to Devin Shore, and then to Pitlick and Lindell. Spets a terrible year. This guy's making $7.5 million. He aged out really bad this year. He just got old out of nowhere. Dan Hamhuis, a pretty good year for him. Not terrible. Roussel, I figured 15 goals for him. At least you'd hope for that. Remieli, not that great. Only 6 goals. Kind of want a little bit more out of him. Hansel, you can't get mad at the guy who got hurt, the poor guy. Mark Mathod, from what I've heard, pretty terrible year. Not really that great for him. Ben Bishop and Kari Lehtinen. Bishop, it's a failed year because he didn't get to the playoffs, but not terrible GAA. The Red Wings, Dylan Larkin, pretty good comeback year compared to the year he had last year. Last year he didn't do that great. If you take a look, I think he only had 30-something points. 32 points. That's awful. Came back this year though. He had more assists and he had points than any other year in his career. So that's really good for Dylan Larkin. Phenomenal year for him. Zetterberg 56 points, but more cognac for the guy. He's almost 40. Mantha 24 goals, a good year for him. Nyquist, I mean, you'd want him to score more than 20 goals and 40 points, but I mean that's all you're really going to get out of him, I suppose. Abdelkader, yeah, it's reasonable. Mike Green, a pretty good year for him. Athanasiou, with all the hype behind him, you'd want to see him score a little bit more, but it's not bad. Franz Nielsen, that's a bad year. He's making over $5 million a year. You got to warrant more than 30 points. Helm, 31 points. He definitely earned that contract they gave him. Cronwall, not bad, not good. Martin Firk, not bad. Bertuzzi, pretty good, actually. He's on pace for about a 40-point, 15-goal year. Glendening, pretty good. Daly, not bad. Jensen, I guess not bad. Erickson, meh. The Kaiser. David Booth has made his comeback to the NHL. Not bad. Again, you can't really ask for much out of him. Jimbo Howard, 91 save percentage. Nah, just a meh year from the Red Wings altogether. The only really guy you could look at and be proud of is Mantha and Larkin. The Oilers, McDavid had a shit year this year, only 108 points. I don't know why they even bothered drafting him. Leon Draisaitl, 70 points in 78 games. Pretty good year. Again, he followed up from last year. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 48 points. That's definitely not a career best, but maybe for goals, tied career best in goals. I guess you could consider Ryan Nugent-Hopkins a bust compared to what he was projected to be, but he's still a solid player nonetheless. I think if they would have traded him when he was 21, 22 years old, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins would have taken off somewhere else, but I think it's too late for that now. I think he's peaked. Maybe he gets a little bit better, but I don't see how he gets much better than that. Ryan Strome, down considering what they traded for him, / Jordan Eberle. Lucic, terrible. The guy's making $6 million a year, only had 10 goals. That's awful. Nurse is a good year for him. He got 26 points. It would be nice to see him with 30, but he was a plus, so you can't get too upset. Camilleri, terrible. Well, can't ask for much. He's only making $1 million. Clefbaum, not a good year. You'd want more points than that out of him. Jujhar Khaira, I don't know enough about him to know if this was a good year or not. But Matt Benning, meh. Russell, not bad. Puljujarvi, that's a bad year for Jesse Puljujarvi. You'd think he'd do a little bit better than that. Drake Caggiula, same thing. You'd want a little bit more out of him. Cassian as well. Want more out of him. We would want a lot more out of Adam Larson. Ty Ratty actually had a pretty solid showing with 9 points in 14 games. A terrible year for Pakarinen. Cam Talbot, it's pretty good. Okay. The Florida Panthers. Alexander Barkov, phenomenal year, nearly point per game. A phenomenal year for Trocheck. A great year for Huberdeau. And Evgeny Dadonov, too. Having 4 guys over 60 points is pretty damn awesome. Keith Yandel, 56 points, comeback year. He's not old yet. Rangers don't know why they traded him. Mick Bukestad had a comeback year. Pretty bad last year. Ekblad's back up there. Had a solid year. Jamie McGinn, not bad. Jared McCann, shrugging off the bust rumors. Michael Matheson, he finally made the NHL. Good year. Colton Sevier, good year. Maligan, not bad. Verbata, considering he had a hat trick earlier in the year, that's terrible. Derek McKenzie, he's the captain. You would want a little bit more than 14 points. Brickley, not bad, I guess. But Toronto did pretty good after they acquired him. Ian McCoshen, I guess not bad. Bjorkstrom scored. Not a bad year from the goalies. Luongo, nearly 93 save percentage. LA, it's a double-plus year for Anze Kopitar. 92 points and 35 goals. What a beast. Dustin Brown, comeback year. A++ year for him. 60 points out of Drew Doughty. A++. Tyler Toffoli, 24 goals, 47 points. Not bad at all. Jake Muzzin, 42 points. That's good. Pearson, 40 points. I guess that's good. Adrian Kempe really slowed down after he totally took off to start the season. I wouldn't say it's down year, but I guess didn't really follow with the hype that he started at the beginning of the year. I follow, since I've never heard of him, and he did that well. That's pretty good. Jeff Carter, 22 points, 27 games. You can't ask for much more of the guy that keeps getting hurt. Was on a 40-goal pace, believe it or not, or just about. Chris Folan finally found a way into the NHL. Phaneuf, 10 points, 26 games, not bad at all. That's about a little under a 40-point pace. That's pretty damn good. Let's see. Yeah, pretty good year out of Jonathan Quick, 92 save percentage. Jack Campbell might have finally found his way into the NHL. The Minnesota Wild, Eric Staal, a quadruple 42 goals, tied a franchise record. What a beast. Mikael Granlund, 67 points, great year. Jason Zucker, 33 goals, a triple plus, great year. Ryan Suter, he's done for the year. He actually got hurt. I think it was the last game of the season, something like that. Matt Dumba, A+ year, 50 points. Koivu, 45, not bad. Charlie Coyle, that's a down year. You got to get 20 goals out of this guy. Same thing with Nino Niederreiter. Although, you could argue if you played a full season, you could have gotten the 20. So I'll cut Niederreiter a bit of a break. But Zach Parise was on a 30-goal pace, so it's a pretty solid year out of him. Not bad from Foligno, not bad Winnick. Terrible. Tyler Ennis, I don't know what the hell happened to this guy, but he's just no longer good at hockey. He has not scored 20. Yeah, it's been 3 years since the last time he actually put up more than 10 goals. So, yeah, very bad year at Tyler Ennis, especially for what he's getting paid. Eriksson Ek, pretty bad year. You'd think that he'd be better than that by now, but evidently not. Luke Kunin, I think he got hurt very early in the year. I think he had his season ended. You got to feel bad for the guy. Jordan Green, Dubnyk, great year as per the usual. Moving on to the Montreal Canadiens, Brendan Gallagher led the team in points. 31 goals for Brendan Gallagher, a triple plus. Galchenyuk, 51 points, second on team. Yeah, I guess you got to give him the A. It was a good year. Jonathan Drouin, for what they gave up for him, I think Sergachev finished with more points. Out of sheer curiosity, did Sergachev finish more? Sergachev had as many points as Jonathan Drouin did. That's terrible. The fact that Drouin couldn't even hit 20 goals is bad. So I'm going to give him a C. He's lucky that the Canadiens were bad enough to where it kind of covered up for most of his mistakes, but yeah, that's rough. Jeff Petrie, 42 points. That's an A+ year for Jeff Petrie. You really don't think of him as much of a point scorer, and he did it. Max Pacioretty, I'll give him a C. He didn't play the entirety of the year, but 17 goals is not going to cut it, even in only 64 games. Rick Nash had 26 goals in 60-something games during a concussion year. And he had not half the value of Pacioretty. Paul Byron, 20 goals as a fourth liner. Beast. I love Paul Byron. He's one of my favorites in the NHL. Philippe Danault, it's a bit of a down year for him, but what more can you really ask? I suppose Hudon, not bad. Lehkonen, not terrible. Shaw, Shea Weber, poor guy, got hurt. He was on pace for nearly 50, 60 points. Pretty damn good, if you ask me. Pretty bad year for Waltner. You maybe want 20 points at the least. Yeah. Just, I feel bad for Montreal. The Nashville Predators, despite Forsberg having 64 points, he didn't get the 30 goals, so I'm going to give him a B+. Arvidsson, I'll give him the A because he repeated what he did last year, so people are not believing in him. Subban, I guess you can give him an A, yeah, because he nearly got 60 points. You got to give it to him. Ryjo, I'm going to give him a B-. I thought he was going to do a lot better offensively. I'm not rating players based off of, how good they are as a player. I'm just basing it off their offensive numbers and how I thought they could have done better or should have done better. Roman Josi, pretty solid, 53 points. Craig Smith, 25 goals. That's pretty damn good. Fiala, 48 points, 23 goals. That's a great year. Kyle Turris, 42 points in 65 games. I think he hit a career high this year. 49. Nope, did not. Not even close, actually. No, well, so a good year nonetheless. Kelly Yarncroc, pretty damn good, especially since he's only making $2 million. Good for Ellis and Ekholm. Especially because Ellis only played 44 games. It was only 12 points off a point per game status. He was well on his way to over 60 points if he wasn't injured. Not bad citizens. Bonino, D- for Bonino. The amount of money he's getting paid, he only puts up 25 points. It's terrible. Hartnell, A, only because he was on the fourth line and still put up 24 points. Shows that he's still effective. Emlyn, not bad. Ryan Hartman, I guess, pretty good. Well, they give up a first-round pick for him, so you might expect a little bit more than that. Mike Fisher, good for him. Eli Tolvanen couldn't get anything going when he came over to the NHL. Be curious to see if they use him in the playoffs or not. A++ for Pekka Rinne in the regular season. I haven't picked for my playoff pool. Taylor Hall, a quadruple plus, almost 40 goals, 1 off, and 93 points. Nico Hischier, I'll give him an A for his rookie year. I don't think people really expected much out of this past draft. It just wasn't that good. Kyle Palmieri put up 24 goals, not terrible. But I'm gonna give him like a C, only because he had 44. Well, no, I'll give him a B plus, because he did it in only 62 games. I didn't see that. That's pretty good for Palmieri. Will Butcher, A plus, great rookie year. Jesper Bratt slowed down. I'll give him a B plus. He still had a good rookie year, just kind of slowed down a lot after a hot start. Same thing with Miles Wood, although he almost put up 20 goals. Vatanen, pretty good, I guess. You'd almost want more points out of him, but it's good enough. A and an A for these two for being in the NHL, despite the odds being against them. Zajac, for what he's getting paid, I'm giving him a C. Zaka, I'm giving him a C. He's not really accomplished much since being in the NHL. Severson, you'd want more points out of. Boyle really cooled off. Mojo, it's hard to rate. I mean, he didn't really do much. Patrick Maroon, 13.70 games. That's freaking awesome for him. Jimmy Hayes, I guess he's just done with the NHL. Grabner, 5 points in 21 games. For what they gave up, that's pretty bad, but what are you going to do? Grabner's still going to be one of my favorites. Moving on to the Islanders, Matthew Barzal, A plus. Great year for Matthew Barzal. No doubter for the Calder. Tavares, A plus, point per game on a team that could make the offs. You know what? I take back what I said about the Stars. I bet the Islanders is the only team with 2 point per game players that didn't make the playoffs. Josh Bailey, 71 points, phenomenal year for him. Anders Lee, 40 goals, A plus. Jordan Eberle, 25 goals, 59 points, great year for him. Nick Leddy, 42 points, good year. Bavillia, 21 goals, good. Nelson, pretty good, I guess. Pulak, great year. Ladd, terrible, D minus at the best. He's getting paid $5.5 million a year. It's pretty rough. Not bad. Clutterbuck's got to be better than that. He's making over $3 million. Same thing with Cizikas. Yep. Terrible. They got to get a goalie eventually. The Rangers, Zuccarello, I'll give him a B. You'd want to see at least 60 points out of your top guy. You only got 53. Team around him kind of sucks. You got to feel bad for Zook. Zibanejad, I'll give him a B. Scored a lot of goals, but not a lot of points. Didn't even clip 50. Kevin Hayes, I'm going to give him an A+. Not an A+. I'm going to give him an A. Only because there was not... The expectations were high in terms of point totals. Although he didn't achieve the amount of points that you'd want to see, he did get the goals. He got 25 goals. That's pretty good. In the future, though, he's got to be a 50-point scorer, or else, he can't be asking for $4 million a year. Pavel Buchnevich, I'm going to give him a B. He wasn't much better this year than he was last year. So it's not like he did anything spectacular. He still had about a .5 PPG. But then again, his points per 60 minutes is one of the highest in the league. He doesn't get a lot of playing time thanks to the Rangers now former coach Alain Vigneault. Next year is going to be his true testament. We'll see if he's really a good player or not. Chris Kreider, I'm going to give him a B only because he got hurt. He came back. He looked very, very good. When he came back, that was the best of Chris Kreider I've ever seen. Jesper Fast, A+, 33 points, had a career high for goals, tied a career high in assists. David Desharnais, you got to give him a B. He overachieved, almost 30 points. VC, I'm going to give a D. I'm going to give him a C-. He had one more goal left than last year, and that was it. You expect him in his sophomore year to do a little bit better than that. You want to see some growth out of him. Next year really is a hit or miss year for him. Brady Shea, I'm going to give us a B-. Unfair to rate him too heavily considering he was giving all the workload, especially with McDonough missing a lot of the season and training his ass. You throw a 22, 23-year-old to the top 2 role and expect him to just be the franchise D-man is kind of rough. Shattenkirk, I'm going to give Shattenkirk an A+. Listen up. Here's why. He played the entire season. He played all 46 of his games this year with a torn, it was MCL or ACL. I think it was torn MCL. He still managed a .5 point per game status, but he had to call the season. He had to call the quits in the season before he did permanent damage to himself. So he did all that despite having a destroyed leg. So yeah, I'm gonna give him an A+. He did great for a guy that was fucked up beyond belief. Ryan Spooner, A+, beyond overachieved. Neil Pionk, I'll give him an A. You could argue he overachieved, but he cooled off. Paul Carey, I'll give him a B. Didn't expect him to make the roster. He did. He put up 14 points. Not bad at all. D'Angelo, giving him a D. 8 points in 32 games. I mean, I put him on pace for maybe 20 points. It's not good at all. You expect a lot more. Mark Stoll, not even going to rate. Can't really do much about it. Ryan Sproul overachieved. I'll give him a B+. John Gilmore, I'll give him an... Well, we're doing it based off statistics, so I can't give him an A. So I'll give him a B. B-. Vladislav Nemestikov, I'm giving him a D-. 4 points in 19 games is not going to cut it, especially when he's JT Miller's replacement. I really want to see him, Gonzo Alonso, at the draft in a big trade. That would be nice. Peter Holland, I'll give him a C-, maybe a D+. Philip Eel, B. Didn't overachieve, didn't underachieve, did kind of what was expected with the minutes he got. Raul O'Gara, D, C. Yeah. Nah, I mean, what else could you expect from the guy? Elias Anderson, 2 points in 7 games. Couldn't ask for much more. With the playing time he got, I'll give him a B. McLeod, not going to rate. Okay, good. And Lundqvist, good year. Just Rangers suck. Senators, Mark Stone, 62 points on a crappy team, was point per game. I'll give him the A+. Erik Karlsson, I'll give a B+. I'll give him an A-. I'll give him an A-. He had a good year on a cruddy team. Hasselhoffman, 22 goals. You'd want a little bit more, but he had the point totals to make up for it. I'll give him a B+. Matt Duchene definitely came around. The first little while was terrible in the beginning. He came back about 49 points and 23 goals in 68 games. So I'll go ahead and say he got the B. I'll give him a B. Zingle, B. Bobby Ryan, 33 points, D. He's making $7.25 million a year. He's the highest paid player on the Senators, I believe. So it's pretty bad. Pajot, B. Shabbat, good year for him. Pyatt, pretty good year for Tom Pyatt. And you really look into it. Zach Smith, I'm giving him a D. Way he got paid and he didn't show up this year like he did last year. That's terrible. Burrows, yeah. That's really all I could say about that. In net, just terrible year all around in net. Not one goalie performed. Flyers, Claude Giroux, A+++++. You could put an infinite amount of plus. 102 points for Claude Giroux. 34 goals, amazing. A++ for Jacob Voracek, point per game. A++ for Sean Couturier, nearly point per game, 31 goals. Who expected it? Same goes for Shane Gosper. 65 points from the blue line. This is freaking awesome. Konechny had a great year. 24 goals, 47 points. Simmons had a bit of a down year. Didn't hit that 30-goal mark. Only had 46 points. But I guess you can't do all the scoring. Especially, there's not much to go around. Provorov, A+. Filppula, not bad. Nolan Patrick, B-, maybe. Maybe a C+. 30 points is not that great. The playoffs only tell how his rookie year is really remembered. Andrew McDonald, I'm going to give him an A. Only because who really expected him to come back in the NHL, play in the NHL, be a plus in the NHL, and score 20 points in 66 games? No one expected it. Everyone thought that he was done. He's definitely still well overpaid, but that's a solid producing year for a guy that was deemed out of it. Scott Lawton, I don't think he's ever going to be where we thought he would be years ago, but still a solid year nonetheless. Jordan Wheel, not bad. Manning, not bad. Gudis, not bad. Dale Weiss, F. Well, almost an F. He's not getting paid that much, but he's getting paid to where he should be doing better. Yuri Laterra, I'm going to give an F. He's got to be better than that. Neuwirth, I guess, is their guy. Is it Elliott or Neuwirth? Neuwirth looks better statistically. Pittsburgh, Geno Malkin, A++. Phil Kessel, A++. Crosby, A++. I mean, they're all point per game, beastly years. You can't take away from these guys. They're just that good. Letang, 51 points, good year for him. Hornqvist, almost 30 goals. You got to give him the A, despite his point totals being low. Gensel, 48 points in 82 games, not bad. You thought he might score a little bit more after the way he performed in the playoffs, but maybe he might be just one of those playoff guys. Sheahan, not bad. Hagler, not bad. Sheary, I'll give him a B. I'll give him a B only because he did get the 18 goals. So you got to give that to him. Justin Schultz, I'll give him a C. especially the way he performed last year, and he comes back and gives us this crap this year after getting paid. Jamie Alexiak, you got to give like a B plus or an A minus. Who would have thought he would have 14 points, 47 games, as he got shipped around for basically nothing from Dallas. Brassard, pretty good. He did pretty well for them. 8 points, 14 games. The overkill. Matt Murray, yeah, pretty high GAA, pretty low save percentage. Hard to judge. Bernsey, I'll give him an A because he led the team in points. Pavelski, I'm going to give him a B minus because he didn't even get 30 goals. You'd expect him to be close to 40. Logan Couture, I'm going to give him an A plus because he had the 34 goals, 60 points. Hurdle, I'm going to give him a B because you could argue that he overachieved. Some guys kind of counted him out, and he really had a good comeback year. Kevin LeBanc, good year, 40 points. Tierney, yeah, great year for Tierney. Bodker, comeback year, you can almost argue for. Jumbo Joe, I wish he would have played the whole year because he was on pace for well over 60 points. Timo Meyer, 20 goals, 21 goals. You got to give him I give him a B plus, A minus. Justin Braun, 33 points. I'm giving him an A. It's a great year for Justin Braun. Vander Kane did quite well for them after he was acquired. Martin Jones, one of my favorite goalies in the NHL, 30 wins, good year for him. Aaron Dell did well as well. Braden Shen, overachieved, but still a solid year nonetheless, 70 points. I give him an A++. Tarasenko, I'm going to give him a B-. Well, nah, I'll give him a B. Didn't get over 35 goals, was damn close. Really only had 66. I'll give him the B+, A-. On a team that wasn't in the playoffs, that's still pretty impressive for Tarasenko. You can't take away from him. Jaden Schwartz, I'll give him an A+ because he was almost point per game. Pietrangelo, 54 points, A. Steen, I'm going to give B-. Thought he could have done better than that. Farake, I'll give a A-. Actually, I'm going to give him a B because he was a -7. Brozjak, probably a B+, 33 points. I don't really expect that. Sabatka, he's got to be better than that, especially the way he's getting paid. Same thing with Berglund. He's got to be doing better than that. Barbashev, same thing, C-. He's got to be better than that. He was a very hyped prospect. He didn't do well. Tate Thompson didn't do that well either. I understand they're young and all, but Nikita Shoshnikov too. Third round pick for him or fourth round pick for him? Like, that's bad. Carter Hutton, absolute beast. So Chick Allen. Nikita Kucherov, A++, despite cooling down after the deadline. Stamkos, A+. Great year. Braden Point, A++, 32 goals, 64 points as a rookie. He's pretty damn impressive. Yanni Gord, great year, 25 goals, undrafted. 63 points for Hedman, great year for him. Tyler Johnson, 50 points. You got to give him a B+. Killorn, B+, great year. Sergachev, well, not great year, good year. Sergachev, A++, 40 points from the rookie. Who would have thought? Palat, he only played 56 games. I guess you can give him a B. Kunitz, B, he achieved well. JT Miller, I guess you can give him an A+. He was almost point per game. Callahan, B-. If that's what we're holding. If these are the standards we're holding him to, it's a B- year. Girardi, B+. Who would have thought? Bastard. Anton Schrollman, I'm going to go ahead and give a C+, because not that near 40-point score he was when they first got him. Corey Conacher, not bad. Chiarelli, pretty damn good. McDonough, only 3 points. Vasilevsky, A quadruple plus. What a beast. Toronto Maple Leafs, Mitch Marner, A+ year. Did very well without Matthews being there. Matthews still gets the A+. Only played 62 games, so he could have scored. He had 20 games left. If he would have played the full season, he had 20 games, scored 6 more goals. He probably would have done it. William Nylander, almost the exact same year as last year. Pretty good. Kadri, 32 goals. He repeated 30 goals, so shows that he's no joke anymore. He's pretty damn good now. JVR, 36 goals. He way overachieved on a contract year. Didn't get 20 assists, but 36 goals are pretty damn impressive. Almost have to do without it. Morgan Riley, A. Jake Gardner, A++. I was completely unaware he had 52 points this year. That's very impressive. Marleau, I'll give him an A. B+. For what he's getting paid, 47 points, 27 goals. It's pretty damn good. Bozak, good. Hyman, pretty good. Connor Brown's a down year for him. I always thought Brown was better than Hyman, but clearly not, statistically speaking. Yeah, not bad. Vancouver, Brock Besser, he could have scored 40 goals. Could have. I'm going to give him an A++, even though he got hurt. Daniel Sedin, Henrik Sedin. You got to give it to. I'm going to give Henrik an A. I'll give Daniel an A. Their last seasons on a cruddy team, and they still had a hell of a year. Ruined Daniel's fucking streak because it was a stupid penalty. Bo Horvat, great year. 44 points, 64 games. Edler had a good year. Gagne, not bad. Barici, not bad. Sutter, he's getting paid a lot. He's sort of getting paid a lot to be playing like that. Pouliot, pretty good considering people thought he was a bust. Delzato, meh. Virtanen, you gotta hope one day he'll come through. Goldobin, pretty damn good. Lepsic, just for some reason turned it up with the Nucks. Might be there Jonathan March, so who knows? Yep. Vegas Golden Knights, A+, 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 A+. B. It's just amazing. Just the guys that came out. Everett Cowell with almost 30 goals. Jesus Christ, man. Just ridiculous. They had such a great freaking year. Such a great year. Colin Miller, 40 points. A. Alex Tuck, 37 points. He wasn't even supposed to be in the NHL. A. Nate Schmidt, 36 points. Whoopsie days. We had a bit of a phone call delay right there. I got to remember that, the 41-minute mark. Lindbergh, not bad. Thought he might do a little bit better than that. Thomas Tatar. He didn't do that great after they acquired him. Almost if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of scenario. Capitals, Ovi, 87 points and 49 goals. Couldn't get 50 despite scoring 2 goals in his final game of the season. Good year for Ovi. Great year for Kuznetsov. Point per game status. Nicky Backstrom, almost 70-point season. That's good for him. John Carlson, A triple plus, 68 points in a contract year. You got to feel good for the guy. I wonder if he goes to free agency. TJ Oshie, 47 points. You thought he might get a little bit more than that with some more goals, especially the way he got paid, but apparently not. Lars Eller, good year for him. Tom Wilson definitely had a better year this year than he had any other year. It looked better, too. Orlov, pretty good. Niskanen, not bad. Connolly, not bad. Vrana, not bad. Burakovsky, only 25 points. That's pretty damn bad. But, he gets limited minutes. From what I heard, Barry Trotz buries him, so you got to feel for him a little bit. Christian Juice, pretty good. Not really much else you could ask from these guys. Just a good year. Braden Hope didn't get a single shot this year, eh? Not bad. Not bad, I say it like that. All right, so, the Winnipeg Jets, arguably the future face of the NHL. IMO. Blake Wheeler, 91 points. That's a beastly year for Blake Wheeler. Beastly year. A triple plus. Patrick Laine, 40-goal scorer. A++, almost 45 goals. Scheifele, point per game, great year. Ehlers, almost 30 goals, 6 points, great year. Kyle Connor, rookie year, 30 goals, A++. Bufflin, 45 points. Little, 43 points. Perot, almost 40. Myers, almost 40. Just a great year. They're such an awesome team. I think they might be my favorites to win the Cup. They've got that good of a team. They really do. Although I picked, in my pool, Laine instead of Hellebuck. So we'll see. I don't know. But that's all I've got time for. And that about wraps it up. Thank you, everybody, for watching this video. And if you disagree with anything I said or you want to bring up points on your own, feel free to do so. I'll see you guys in the next one.